These people have become dictators, both Museveni and Suluhu. And I have no respect for them because of the inhuman and degrading treatment they are treating the people of their nations. You use the word election in Tanzania and the pending election in Uganda. There are no elections. Yeah, I don't know how to define the word election. There's no human suffrage in the term of the wording of elections. Elections, electing who? As a matter of fact, I'm in tandem recognition with the current president of Botswana, who said, no, this is a sham. And he has said president. And then you get our government sending Kindiki to go and affirm dictatorship, confirm dictatorship. That means the Kenya government is in tandem in reality. It is authorizing and legitimizing abductions. It is authorizing and legitimizing illegalities. It is authorizing and legitimizing the inhumanity. Because a person like Kindiki is a professor of law. He should be disbarred for legitimizing illegalities. That's my stand. Kenya has set the trend. We've had abductions here. People have disappeared. People have been killed. So if Suluhu is doing that, she's just legitimizing what is happening in Kenya. So we cannot come here and kiss and tell and say, oh, sijui anafanya nini. We are the ones who are the problem. We are the ones who have set the precedent. So we cannot now come and say, oh, Tanzania is doing this, Uganda is doing this, yet we are the legitimate oppressors. Kenyan government is a legitimate oppressor. They have oppressed their own subjects. And as a lawyer and as a Kenyan, I'm so pained to speak in the following way. They have set the standards. When we were being shot at during Maandamano, you could hear walkie-talkies. Somebody saying, finish the target. Someone giving a command, maliza your target, umemaliza mapana. So what are we pretending for? Then we call ourselves a democratic nation. That's why I've refused to join any of my colleagues who are now struggling for power and apportioning themselves positions. So, we are opposition. We are going to do the same thing Ruto is doing. Mimi nataka kuwa prime minister. Huyu atakuwa sijui minister for what. Huyu atakuwa hivi na mimi nitabaki na 50%. Is that the kind of Kenya we want?
Tanzania is in 1991-1993 period in our government, where you think that you are the island of peace, in a sea of turbulence. That's Mzemwe. And that you think you are the prince or the princess of peace. And therefore you can talk others down. Kenya is not in the same league with the Tanzania. Tanzania is stuck in the politics of the 60s with one party that tell people when to jump and when to squat. And what we have a problem. We have a problem. Namibia has a liberation party, but it's not behaving like that.
I need to be very clear. What was the zeitgeist in that time when we were saying we were stuck in the 60s? What was happening at that time that would say that's why Tanzania is still in the 1990s?
You know, in the 60s, and I tried to explain it on Sunday, we had this concept called the mass party. And the concept of mass party, Jomo Kenyatta would explain it as, I remember his statement was so eloquent and so well articulated. He said, my people, I have been to the east and have been to the west. Democracies are as old as the hills. The newest thing in our lives is the mass party, where opposition and government sit in the government. Everybody, in other words, we oppose. Well, I can understand philosophically as an anthropologist. Jomo Kenyatta was speaking to our own culture, our philosophical foundations, the Ubuntu, as we talk about it. That we sit under a tree, talk and talk and talk until we agree. The Greek kind of democracy. That's what Kenyatta was speaking to. And he was right, because that's who we are. however we want to look at ourselves, opposition is always not sitting in very well, because we'd like to talk the opposition into agreeing, and therefore we move together. But if we don't agree, then there must be the opposition. That's the logic. In Tanzania, they are stuck.
I had to pull myself together to make this video because it's really getting really heavy on me, and just hearing what's happening, it's just really frightening, especially if you have family that is in Tanzania. I'm pretty sure you can relate. If you have a loved one that is in Tanzania right now, I'm pretty sure you can relate at the heaviness that I'm feeling. Basically, they are going around houses, knocking on doors and killing people, and this is the Ugandan military force. Another update is that the president of Uganda has been wanting part of Bukoba. It's a region in Tanzania, and the region has a lot of resources, obviously, but he's claiming that Bukoba was supposed to be his region. It was supposed to be a Ugandan region. It wasn't supposed to be a Tanzanian region, and this is why Samia has joined forces with the Ugandan president, and joining forces with the Ugandan president has offered her a leverage with the military forces coming in to help her during the election. But yeah, basically they're just going around killing people, and if they knock at your door, you open, they kill you. This has really been weighing really heavy on me, and that's why I came to church today, because I just don't understand. I don't understand anything happening right now. I feel lost. And as strong as I am, I'm a very empathetic person, like I said. So feeling helpless and like you can't do anything about it, it's killing me. So we just need to lean. We need to lean closer to our faith and to God at these moments, because yeah, these are really frightening moments.
Welcome back, Africans. I am talking to the black people and Africans, mostly people from Africa and East Africa. You know, we've been coming out speak much concerning the country of Tanzania. We've been coming out speak much concerning this country, but there is facts that we have to come and try to consider, because all that is happening in that country is many people are coming out to blame the Tanzanian people, but that maybe they have been so calm, they have been not cooperating with other people, they have not following other people's footsteps when other people have been going on the street, maybe to fight against their governments, to question their governments and do everything, you know. We know if that happened, the country of Tanzania is not that something that anybody can appreciate or anyone can support, as long as you are living and you believe in freedom, you believe in independence. But again, you know, do you know why the country of Tanzania during that time, during the time of election, after the announcement of the presidential elect, no one was allowed to go and challenge the results in the court? You know why? Because the constitution of that country does not give anyone the power to go and challenge the presidential elect to the result that the electoral board has announced. Now, I've presented you a video of Wajakoya and how he has responded to the country of Tanzania and the country of Uganda, because you know, at this time we know that the country of Tanzania and the country of Uganda is like their sister, brother and sister, because all that is happening in these both countries are the same. Today, you know what is binding these people of Tanzania and the people of Uganda to make them suffer? Because of their constitution. Because of their constitution. And now, today, the country like Kenya and many other countries, they're having freedom in their countries. Why? Because there are some people who fought to change, to bring up this freedom, to bring up this rights of everyone to go and maybe question the government or do anything that he or she wants. But this does not come that easy. It costs many lives. It costs some sacrifice. It needs an effort, and it needs a lot. So for the country like Kenya, let me give you an example of the country of Kenya, because when you go to the country of Tanzania, they refer the Kenyans like a strange creatures, because all they see Kenyans doing, the Kenyan youth doing, is something that has never been experienced in the country of Tanzania. And now this demonstration came in the country of Tanzania as an ambush, whereby the youths or the citizens of this country have never participated in this to such incidents, and the police of these countries has never also experienced such things like demonstration to go and fight with the youths on the streets. So it came in a point whereby the youths and the police were in fear, so that which made the police not to have that calmness, not to have that the way of how they can handle these things. And they find that the youth now have come with the highest a power, that they want to change their countries, they want to liberate their countries, but they never knew how to handle it. That's why today we have seen many deaths have been reported in this country. But today, democracy and the constitution of these countries like Tanzania and Uganda, they are using the colonial constitutions. They are still using a colonial constitution, which is giving the president a lot of power that does not allow any citizen to go and challenge the president. That's why today you see anything that happens in the country of Tanzania, once the president have spoken, then you have no right to go and question. You have no right to go and challenge her. You have no right to go and do anything against her decision. So when people from Tanzania, you've always seen people from Kenya going on the street to fight. If you can remember the late Raila Odinga going on the street every day to fight for this great continent, the great country. It is not because he was fighting for himself, but he was fighting for the greatness of the country. Today, he's no longer there. He is not there. But at least at this time, the Kenyans know what to do. The Kenyans know if governments do this, we are going to go against them. We are going to demonstrate, and we are going to tell them to stop it. If anybody comes to violate any constitution or do anything which is out of the constitution, we are going to march on the street and we are going to stop it. But at this time, let me tell you something, the people of Tanzania, for you to be like other peoples, like other countries like Kenya, you have a long way to go. Because first of all, today, even if you get out your president, you are not going to change anything. The first thing you have to do is to fight to change the constitution and make sure that constitution gives the people the strongest power, and make sure that this constitution, the constitution is going to favor citizens than politicians. If you are done with this, then you have to make sure that you fight for the for reforms in electoral bodies. Then from there, you will have that authority to go and now demand the new president, new election. That one will help you, because you need to liberate your country first. You need to do a lot of changes in your country. You need to do a lot of shifts in your governments. You are having a long way to go for you to be like other people, because at this time, the president is still having much power that can make your life to suffer. And that's why you see the people like from Kenya today. We have seen many youths on the street coming out, and they are speaking on behalf of Tanzania. And some of them, we have seen some of them in Nairobi CBD. They are demonstrating. They are giving condolences to the families who are departed, their loved ones. But we are being pained. Despite everything that I've tried to explain, we as Kenyans, we are being pained because, in the country of Tanzania, these are our neighboring countries. These are our neighbors. We have our neighbors there. We have our friends there. We have our relatives there. We have some of us who have intermarried there. So anything that happened in the country of Tanzania, it must concern Kenyans. Anything that happens in Kenya, it must concern Tanzanians, because we believe that we are one. We are one. We are associating in different things. We are associating in businesses. We are associating in different things that are bringing us together. So we have to speak about this, because what is happening today in the country of Tanzania, if we as Kenyans, we keep quiet, if you as Ugandans, you keep quiet, if you as Nigeria, as a Nigerian, you keep quiet, maybe tomorrow all that's happening in that country can happen in your country, and you will need support. You will need other people to come and stand with you. That's why you see, we as African youths, we are coming out to condemn all this evil that has happened in that country. We are coming out boldly to say that this is not what is supposed to be done against human. We know that maybe this country is still using a colonial constitution, but again, that does not give power to president to make or to cause all that deaths that has been experienced in the country of Tanzania. We know that presidents still have much power due to constitution, but again, she has the idea of how she can get this power or go to this position without making people to die, people to suffer, the country to be destroyed. Because I know that every leader, you cannot like to be a leader in a country that is in crisis. You cannot like to be a leader in a country that you are not loved. You cannot like to be a leader in a country that you don't have peace. Because for you to be appreciated and to have enough time to enable you to govern your people, you need peace. You need to be loved. You need to be appreciated, and you need to support the developments in your country. But as long as you are not supporting the developments in your country, as long as you are not getting support from your people, you are not getting a collaboration with other parties, like you are not being supported with anyone. Even the governments need opposition for it to achieve the agendas and the dreams of the government, of the country's development. But now, if you are a leader, you have locked up your oppositions. You have jailed the people who try to ask to raise their voices. You have destroyed everything. You have silenced every voice that tries to question you or to do anything against you. Then you are not a leader, and you don't qualify to be a leader. That's why you see some of the military leaders don't recognize democracies, and many a time they come out and tell Africans that we don't have to believe in democracy because it has nothing good to do with us. It has nothing good, because this democracy is a Western policy that was introduced here in Africa to make sure that it destroys Africa. It makes Africa to live in a dictative way, whereby it gives some people much power than the people, and as it believes, and as it's supposed to be, the way that, in other way around, that the people are the one to have much power. So the country of Tanzania at this time, I presented you a video of Professor Pelo Lumumba, and the videos of some other Africans, and the video of Wajakoya, a Kenyan presidential contestant, and they had something to put across. And I think this is the best time that we have to share all that we are having. This is the best time that we have to take and stand with our brothers and sisters who need us. Because at this time, when you take around how things are happening, it is not good. It is not good, and people are suffering. People are suffering in the name of governance. Leaders are benefiting themselves. They are building themselves. They are building their families, while their people are suffering, losing their people, losing their families, and they call themselves democratic leaders. This is not allowed. As long as we are in a good constitution, as long as no matter which constitution you are using, but it is not anywhere that it recommends that you are allowed to unalive or take anybody's life. So this is an evil, and we have to stand up and condemn it at the highest point. At this time, I hope that I will not take much of your time, because I believe that you have understood what I've tried to explain, and thank you for being here each and every time. I appreciate your support because you are doing great. This is new. This the Kenya, the Black history. We are here to uncover the truth behind African history and everything happening across Africa, because we are here to boost and push the agenda of great continent so that we can keep on building together, moving together, and speaking one voice, because the agenda is the unity, is the liberation and the freedom of the African continent. Until next time we come and do something else concerning African motherland, keep on subscribing, sharing, leave a comment, leave a like, so that we can keep on following and moving together. Make sure that you come back at the next episode. Let me have your views on the comment section, because I really appreciate your support and your contribution on this channel. May you be blessed wherever you're watching from. I love you and appreciate your support always.